Let's start with a few questions to get us thinking. When was the last time you felt overwhelmed by commitments in your relationships, work, or personal life? How often do you find yourself saying yes when you really want to say no? Have you ever felt like you're constantly giving, but not receiving enough in return? These scenarios are common in many of our lives, and they all stem from one central theme: boundaries. Welcome to today's bite-sized therapy session. Today, we're going to explore the importance of recognizing and respecting personal limits and boundaries in various areas of life, such as relationships, work, and self-care. Boundaries in relationships are like fences around a garden. They define where we end and others begin. Healthy boundaries in relationships involve knowing and communicating our needs, desires, and limits, while also respecting those of others. Without clear boundaries, relationships can become strained, leading to resentment, misunderstandings, and emotional burnout. By setting and maintaining healthy boundaries, we create space for authentic connection, mutual respect, and emotional well-being. In our relationships, it's crucial to communicate openly and honestly about our boundaries. This might mean expressing our need for alone time, setting limits on the type of behavior we find acceptable, or establishing boundaries around personal space and privacy. Remember, boundaries are not meant to push people away, but rather to create healthier dynamics and deeper connections. In your everyday life, pay attention to how you feel in your interactions with others. If you find yourself feeling drained or overwhelmed, it could be a sign that your boundaries are being crossed. Take the time to reflect on what you need and communicate those needs assertively and respectfully. By honoring your boundaries, you're not only taking care of yourself but also fostering stronger, more fulfilling relationships. Next, let's consider the importance of balancing productivity with well-being. In the fast-paced world of work, it's easy to blur the lines between professional responsibilities and personal well-being. However, setting boundaries in the workplace is essential for maintaining a healthy work-life balance and preventing burnout. Boundaries at work can include setting limits on working hours, managing workload expectations, and establishing boundaries around communication and accessibility outside of work hours. Creating boundaries at work doesn't mean being inaccessible or unproductive. It means being intentional about how you allocate your time and energy. Learning to say no to unrealistic demands, delegating tasks when necessary, and prioritizing self-care are all essential aspects of maintaining healthy boundaries in the workplace. To apply this in your own life, start by evaluating your current work habits and identifying areas where boundaries may be lacking. Set realistic goals for yourself and communicate them clearly to your colleagues and supervisors. Remember that it's okay to prioritize your well-being and set limits on your time and energy. By establishing healthy boundaries at work, you'll not only improve your overall satisfaction and productivity but also safeguard your mental and emotional health. Finally, let's discuss why it's important to prioritize your well-being. Self-care is often the first thing to go when life gets busy, but it's also one of the most important aspects of maintaining overall health and well-being. Boundaries around self-care involve setting aside time for rest, relaxation, and activities that nourish and rejuvenate us. Without these boundaries, we risk becoming depleted, stressed, and unable to meet the demands of daily life. Self-care boundaries can take many forms, from scheduling regular breaks throughout the day to prioritizing activities that bring joy and fulfillment. It's essential to recognize that self-care is not selfish but rather a necessary component of maintaining physical, emotional, and mental health. Incorporating self-care boundaries into your daily routine may require some trial and error, but it's worth the effort. Start by identifying activities that help you feel rejuvenated and make them a priority in your schedule. Set aside time each day for self-care, whether it's through exercise, meditation, hobbies, or spending time with loved ones. By prioritizing your well-being and setting boundaries around self-care, you'll feel more energized, resilient, and better equipped to handle life's challenges. In summary, recognizing and respecting personal limits and boundaries is essential for cultivating healthy relationships, achieving work-life balance, and prioritizing self-care. By setting and maintaining boundaries in these key areas of life, we create space for authentic connection, productivity, and overall well-being. Take the time to reflect on your own boundaries and consider how you can incorporate these principles into your daily life. Remember, boundaries are not about keeping people out, but rather about creating healthier, more fulfilling relationships with ourselves and others. We hope this bite-sized therapy session has been helpful. If so, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for all of our latest content.